Welcome back to USC Lions Center. Jim McLaughlin has to like what he sees. His team up 2-1, winning game 3, 15-12.
And here we go, game 4. Gabe Gardner, Matt Fierbringer, the 2 stars so far. And we would expect Gardner maybe to play a bigger role here in this game. There are their stats as far as their kills are concerned. Stanford now will serve it up. He just want to stay alive in the best of 5. Giuliano's got to have a sore arm. He hustles back to his defensive position, but it doesn't make any difference because Eric Seifert was right there for the stuff block.
I think it's important here for SC to start out well, get ahead, try and keep Stanford down. Block right up on top, block it down, that's the point.
And this is the point in most matches this year where SC has kind of fallen apart.
They have not done well in long matches, no doubt about it. They get in, they get a lead, they just can't put a team away. It'd be important for them to do that right now.
Especially when it means so much in the standings. Ruben Nieves calling the signals. That's a net violation. Well, tell you what, Keenan Whitehurst thought he was going to have an absolute clean swat at that one, and Losevik took it away from him.
It's illegal if the ball's on your part of the net at all. Hurts your arm. You can hurt your shoulder that way. Swing away, catch the net.
Seifert. Serve. Chong middle. That's a good hit.
Combination play, fake the middle, go to the second option. Blockers are on the way down. Fakes to the first. Blockers come down. Hitter puts the ball away.
Snapped it just enough to get in. Kovac. That'll be out of it. Let go for SC.
Losevik doesn't go to Kovac much. I think he's a pretty good middle hitter. He's big. Gets his arm up. I like to see him more involved. I've talked about that before.
When you got somebody 6'10" out there, you just feel like you should go to him a little bit more. Another ace.
Russell Brock, good serve that time. SC serving tougher, no doubt about it in this match. That's been the difference. Stanford, I don't think, is a very tough serving team.
And we talked about that at the beginning, Kirk, too. SC has had 4 of them. Using the block, and it's a side out. It's 1-0 SC in game 4. Whitehurst is a sophomore from Fresno.
I guess if you're a fan of the game, there's a good chance this could go 5, Bill. Stanford has shown a propensity to come back in long matches all season long.
Giuliano wants to do something about that. He can continue to hit like he just did. Garcia has been the pass master all evening long, and that one is hit long. USC jumps out as they usually have in these games, and it's 2-0. This time he'll go outside. The one block that time, and it was Losevik, but winning that battle was Devin Poolman.
Pullman, nice hard hit into the block out of bounds. You have to watch both these teams. They both played the night before. Who will show the most fatigue? You'd have to think really Stanford. They're on the road. They had an emotional win over Long Beach. We'll see if it affects them.
Fierbringer, easy play for Gardner. Losevik will go then backside. And that dig will be out as Chong was right there.
Sorry, but you have to like Giuliano when he keeps swinging away. They go to him quick out of the back row that time. Very nice hitter.
I think that might be a bit of a surprise how much he is playing in this match. Not how much he is actually playing, but how much they have gone to him is what I meant to say. And it's 2-0 and a side out. Here's Devin Poolman. Brock in the middle, Seifert quickly straight down. Don't need the smoke on it, you just need the direction. Here's Gardner.
Gardner serving.
Eric Seifert with the kill.
He's out, he's out.
Chong going right back to Fierbringer. Chance for a point to go to 3-0. And Gardner in the middle with a big slap.
Gardner out of the back row. One thing I see about him, and you would expect it in a freshman, he has to get stronger. He's big, he's strong, he's lanky, but to go tough 5 games and keep hitting, hit 50, 70 sets a match, you've got to get stronger.
That's a good point, Kirk, and it's the combination of maturity, of course, in the weight room. Both of those will play an important part in his development if he is going to become a fixture in the national picture.
Well, and certainly all these teams have personal trainers now. They all work out extensively in the weight room. He'll get stronger.
USC doesn't want to fold the tent. It doesn't appear. It's 3-0, and they're playing just as strong now as they were at the beginning.
Well, Stanford's really not challenging them with the serve at all right now. SC passing well.
And SC can just go ahead and let go with their serves because they know it's not coming back the other way.
Well, when your team is siding out, you go back and you blast away.
Sure.
You don't mind missing a few serves.
That's the difference.
One play at a time.
Scherbinger serves up a lollipop.
Well, I think that's the point. You got to break it. That's exactly what I'm talking about, though, Bill. The lollipop doesn't get it done very often. They pass right to the setter, get to spread your offense, put it away. You have to have more pressure on the team.
But in that case, it resulted in a point. But there's that overhand return that we can see now. And it's a side out for SC.
I like it. It's a throwback sort of the origins of volleyball when everybody did it overhand all the time. It was in '60 that really the rest of the world started bumping underneath. U.S. team went to a world championship, hadn't seen it. They were all going overhand. They started calling throws on them. They just got blown away, and the underhand pass became standard.
We'll see if it makes a comeback. Chong.
The Bill.
That's my second dig of the game.
Thought I was going to get a facial that time.
Yeah.
Nice save.
Stuart Chong for Stanford.
You got those in the stats, by the way? 2 digs from me. Oh, there's Kovac. That's one of his better hits of the game right there. Got some extension on it.
Doesn't hit the ball hard, but in the middle, you don't have to. Good approach. He gets both feet set, goes up. Setter sees him all the way. Arm up early. That's important.
And it's right over it. They want that hand above the elbow is what they're working on.
Well, in the middle, what you want is your hitter to be up before the setter sets the ball. Arm up high. The setter can see his hand. He sets the ball to the hand. You swing down.
They go away from Gardner again, and a miss hit. Giuliano's had a lot of swings. He's got to stay focused. And I think he will. He really seems like they've calmed him down a little bit in this game, and he's played such an integral part. Here he goes again. They're going right back at him, but that's 2 times in a row. So we'll see if they shy away from him now. With 2 hitting errors in succession, and it's 3-3.
Well, of course, there's two thoughts on this. One is you go right back to him to keep him in the game, so he's not thinking about the last 2 hits that were stopped. Nice block that time by Stanford. You don't want him, if you start going away from him, you may lose him. So the setter may go back to him just to keep him in the game.
This time, it's Gardner. Good dig, Chong. They're chasing after it into the seats. Unable to track it down, however, and SC comes back with a side out. Now, Giuliano will get a chance after the kill from Gardner.
Not a big surprise. You go outside to Gardner. He's a big hitter.
3-3 in game 4. SC trying to wrap it up right here. The fake in the middle, the hit by Garcia. Gardner's second opportunity in a row. Got it, off the block. 4-3 SC.
Actually, nice play by Kovac to set that up. Comes up off the block, then they go outside to Gardner. Extends, finds hands, out of bounds.
The decoy in the middle, Kovac too. And the bread and butter, as they say in cliche land, is Matt Fierbringer. They need a side out, they're going to go to him.
Aaron Garcia serving.
Garcia to serve, little mix up. 2 wanted 1. And Giuliano, the 3rd time in a row, he hasn't been able to convert.
That really wasn't Giuliano's fault. He probably should have eased up a little. Ball's too close. He doesn't really get a good swing at it. It just drops down. But as a hitter, you have to learn. That's not a hittable ball. You got to keep it in play.
He was on his way down, but they're going back to him. And they block him again. So obviously Giuliano struggling a little bit right now, and Stanford has taken the lead at 5-4. We'll see if SC can counter when we come back after this. Watch the blocks in a minute.
SC. Close match in game 4. Stanford leads 5-4 after coming back. USC started out quick. Stanford now blocking for points. Big difference really in the match. Why USC was ahead was digging. They played better defense. That gave them the lead 2-1. Right now Stanford fighting back.
Fuhrbringer 24 kills. Gardner has 21. And immediately a side out right here. It's 5-4 Stanford trying to extend the match to the 5th game. I'm Bill McDonald, Kirk Kilgore alongside. Hope you're enjoying Coast to Coast Live. Nice pound.
Big talk about.
Finally called it, Kirk.
But the 5th one that I've seen, and they called it, and they really don't catch them very often. You're allowed to toss the ball into the court, but your foot has to stay completely behind the line. You can land in front of the line after you contact the ball.
Gardner maybe thinking about foot faulting himself, served it right into the net.
I think he was thinking of mind faulting, and he just didn't serve it very well.
Kind of crossed everybody up. Hofer. And there we have another service error. So we've completed the hat trick, 3 in a row.
I think in the transition of the game, Bill, it's something we're seeing a lot of service errors. These players are jump serving. Even serving from both sides of the court. It is a difference, and players are making more mistakes.
Boswick.
I can't say it makes me more excited about the game.
SC excited about that. Turn of events right there. No touch.
Jim McLaughlin like that call. Nobody up. You dream of that as a hitter. No block, no block. Oh my gosh, I hit it out.
Devin Pullman, the one who hit it out. Once again, the control by Garcia. Some problems. SC can take the lead right back. Gardner. Nice spank from Gardner, back row middle.
Nobody have a chance to see that Gardner that time. What makes him an effective hitter? Watch, no approach. He gets surprised here. You can't see his feet. He makes one little step, goes up and cranks the ball.
That one
nice
quick
adjustment.
step. That one quick step that we were talking about. Oh, the other head, a little roundhouse on the other side.
Hey, you're right. We talked about, you did really brought that up. His little quick first step, Jim McLaughlin talked about. 31 set. Away from the setter about 5 feet, about 1.5 feet above it. 31.
And for Whitehurst now, that's 15 kills. Giuliano just trying to get back into his rhythm. They need him late. Out of bounds. 6-5 SC, and they get the side out in game 4.
I would say we're seeing a little fatigue in both teams right now, Bill. We talked about which team would show it first. I think they both are. Some hitting errors by the hitters are getting blocked a little more. Seifert.
Right back by Kovac.
Good call. 2 contacts on the set that time by Fuhrbringer.
Yes.
He is a hitter. Here it is, the big hitter on the outside trying to set. Just double contact it, the left hand, then the right.
Lift.
Well, in concentration, what goes first when you start getting tired? Your concentration, Bill. You start seeing it in missed serves and mishandled balls. Hit a ball, no block up, out of bounds. It's all concentration.
We're seeing more of those errors. That was a bad pass that time, although a good serve. As unable to control it was Chris Giuliano. And it's now 7-6 USC leads, and Stuart Chong will serve.
One of the advantages of the new serving rule, you can go to the left side, serve cross court, and it dips down a lot more. We saw that time it dipped down a lot more and didn't make it over the net.
Serve wherever you want on that line.
I like that rule change a lot. Rock.
Oh, nice fake and a hit on the combination by Aaron Garcia. Good pound.
Combination plays still work. It's a fake X. He fakes coming around, comes behind, no block up, and he pounds it.
Kovac, up and down.
Well, I talked earlier about I'd like to see him more involved in the middle, Good pass. He's a big hitter up there. Block really doesn't jump with him. They're waiting until the set. They're actually read blocking, if you will. And Kovac's putting the ball away.
10 kills for the Hungarian. SC still leads by 1. Now they lead by 2. The hit that time by Michael Hofer goes straight into the fishnet. And it's 8-6.
Here it is, the 31 again. This time it just never gets high enough to clear the net.
Trying to put a run and put it to bed. They'll get an opportunity. Gardner. It's a 3-point USC lead at 9-6 as they work towards 15 and the match.
You have to look at a timeout if I'm Ruben Nieves. Waiting a long time. Jim McLaughlin likes what he sees. His team is on a roll.
Giuliano set to deliver the serve. Garcia, excellent pass, excellent play. Hofer finishing.
Good pass does so many things for you. Setter stands right there. Ruben Nieves got to save a timeout that time. Back quick set though. That's what the pass does, Bill.
16 kills for number 13, Hofer. Side out SC. The big fella. Szilard Kovac.
Talk about coming down to the LA area. Should you win 2 big matches in a row? Stanford comes down. They play Long Beach and win last night. A huge victory. Tonight, if they lose, it really negates that victory. It hurts their cause a lot.
It brings SC right back into the picture, too.
And I'm almost convinced they wouldn't come back and say, gee, we won 1, let's relax. That's not their mentality. It could be. They needed both the matches down here.
Service error Story. SC looking to solidify a wild card spot. They want to get in that hunt. They are in the middle of it. Brock. Again. Russell Brock. And it's 10-6, and there's your timeout. USC up by 4, 5 away from the match. In a moment. The renowned SC band, albeit a small portion of it here at the Lions Center. They were over at the basketball game. The men's basketball schedule has mercifully come to an end for USC, although their baseball team did come away with another victory today over Stanford, so they're pretty excited about the guys on the diamond for USC. Here volleyball-wise, it's 10-6, 11-6. SC with a good lead now.
And this is a big game right now for USC. Quick timeout called by Ruben Nieves.
Very quick. After 1 point, he finds himself down 5 now and 4 away from losing it.
And Bill, I think it's a good timeout. He needs to stop SC right now. Goes up, overpass, nothing you can do. Hitter's dream. Brock again. The last 2 big kills are Russell Brock.
A very quick timeout from Nieves. And this is more of a lecture than anything else, I think.
Well, I think he had to call this timeout. He couldn't let it go. There was an overpass. He has to sit his team down and say, look, guys, we've got to win. Let's come back. And what he's going to say is, look, pass the first serve. Set, put the ball away, take 1 point at a time. I hate cliches, but it's true.
And you know Jim McLaughlin's saying, don't you? What did he say in the last timeout?
He said, where is Fjordbringer?
And he's saying the exact same thing right now.
There he is, right there.
He's got to be saying that because when you volleyball so much as in any other sport, in crunch time, you go to your #1 guy, and Fjordbringer's going to get lots of sets right here, I would think.
I would set him. I mean, you're down 2 games to 1. You're about ready to go out of the game. You go to the big guy every time you can get to him. If you're going to lose with your big swinger.
Kills are close. The match isn't right now, as SC is in control. But closing it out hasn't been their forte this year. Fjordbringer gets help from the block.
Big play by Stanford. Nice block by Russell Brock. Brock with the block, but it is played back by Stanford.
You said that so eloquently.
Waiting all night for that one.
Brock with the block. This is Jeremy Bart with the ball. And the serve. Fierbringer. And they've got the side out at 7-11.
When we've talked about it more than once, SC has had trouble closing games out. This would be a very bad time to give up a game.
And I think I said they've got the side out. They've got the point at 7-11. Nearly 8-11, except for a great play by Loswick.
A great play. I was sure that ball was going out of bounds. He's probably lucky they didn't call a throw on it because you can't change direction. That's just a great play by Loswick.
In the middle. Is it out? It's a point for USC, and it's 12-7.
I thought I saw that in. It's on our line, Bill, down where we are, but we're not calling it.
Yeah, your thought doesn't mean a darn thing right now. To us it does. Net violation. And it's going to go to Stanford on the side out.
Well, if Stanford's going to make a move, it has to happen now. Here's a way to do it. Let the other team help you out a little bit. Brock goes up, catches the net with his arm, gives Stanford hope. Stanford needs a run now. They need to get back to around 10. If they stay down under 10, they're in a lot of trouble.
As you mentioned it again, you got to get to that double digits, and then you think you're back in the game at least.
It's really a mental thing in volleyball. You get within 10 or you serve it out and you're still down 5. You know, there's a big difference. Stanford, too many service errors. SC, good defense. That's been the difference so far.
And we'll see if SC still flies with the jumpers.
Well, we'll still get to see if SC flies with the jumpers.
Seifert knew he had no chance on that one. Got way ahead of himself.
Smart move. The toss is crucial in the jump serve. It's the crucial part of it.
Watch the break. Jack.
Hit by Whitehurst is good.
Side out Stanford, so they're hanging in. The emotional leader, Fierbringer, trying to get his team fired up. Chong serves. Not a good pass out. Oh, but Kovac bails him out after a nice little set.
Well, the bailout really was made by Loswick.
Wasn't it, though?
Ball was right on the net, one-handed set. Saves it all the way. Blocked, he's got it. Kovac. I like him in the middle. He puts the ball away.
Loswick the save after the bad pass. Brock. And it's 13-7. SC within 2 now.
Things are not looking good for Stanford. Head's starting to hang a little bit, not moving around. Things look much better for USC.
Yeah, and the second of a back-to-back on the road when you're down and it's this close to being out, you really got to dig in. Fierbringer, we could get to game point right here. Brock, no, the triple block, the wall of stone right there.
It's always hard to put away a team. Here it is, 3 blocks up, hands all over, straight down. They got the shingles out, got out the hammer, and just put up the roof.
7-13. This is a serve now by Tyler Neal. The other side, Gardner. Double block, little joust, point, Stanford. So after the big block, the point is made, and it's now 8-13. This is game 4. SC leads 2 games to 1. In the middle. And you know, Kurt, just as you were saying, you like Kovac in the middle, they should go to him more. They certainly have quite a bit.
Well, I saw it early. They weren't going to him much at all, and you talked about they're working with his hitting. You still have to go to that middle hitter, and he's performed.
Liano serving. Stanford staying in, side out. Now, at this point at 8-13, do you take chances to get back in, or do you just play smart, conservative, and hope that your opponent makes the mistake?
You really don't want to change a whole lot about what you do if you've been making a ton of service errors. What you want to do is do that. Stuff a bunch of balls. You don't have to play conservative. You just stuff it.
And hope for right there, and pointing a little bit at his competitors from USC, and it's now 9-13. So a couple of big plays at the nets that get you going more than anything else in this game. It's not the big kill that gets a team really going. It's the big block that can really get you going with momentum.
Well, it really does. You're exactly right, Bill. They set it up well. The ball comes over. You get the blocker up there. He's really one-on-one. He just reads the play all the way. block straight down, set up. He reads it. Good set. Sets to the right guy. Out of the back row, you take away the cross-court angle. And Giuliano, who has struggled in this game, he got him again.
Certainly not trying to pick on Giuliano, but so strong early, but he has been picked on as of late. There is your match summary. SC winning 15-12, and Stanford strong in the second, and we thought the tide might have turned there, but SC in the last two has taken things back, and Chris Giuliano, he can't hang his head. He was strong early as mentioned. He's got 17 kills, most of them coming. A little adjustment there. Maybe that'll turn the tide.
The chiropractor, where is he?
That'll do it for him. Fierbringer and his team down by 4 points. And the freshman Gabe Gardner, who leads in kills with 23. No. 24. Right on the line.
That's a great hit. He extended up, went down the line. You just paint that line.
Brian Edwards, we see him again.
Defensive specialist comes in, serves well, tries to dig, give him a little more digging in the back row.
They'll go to Fierbringer. And it's out, so he delivers.
Stanford gets to 10. We'll see if SC tightens up a bit. They, as we said, more than once, they have trouble closing it out. They've certainly had a chance here. Haven't done it yet.
Kevin Poolman trying to get to that 10 mark. And they have an opportunity here with a little defense off the block. And Fierbringer, oh, he gets it right back at him. Seifert was there along with Loswick.
Tough play for Fierbringer. He's there. The block, he has to back up. The ball's behind him. Doesn't really get a good approach. Block right in front of him. Big play by SC.
Eric Seifert in the middle, 6'6" junior from Capo Valley High, Orange County. He's clutch.
Well, we said, don't be surprised to see him get an awful lot of sets in this game. And he has.
And he will continue to get them.
And when you're a hitter, you'll love it. You want every set, actually.
They'll have a lot of pressure taken off of them next year when Lambert is back in the fold. And, of course, when Moore's in the lineup, it's also a much more formidable crew.
It really is. They're missing two.
Two of their big guns.
Very good players. One who may be the best player in the league, at least in the top 3 or 4.
And the other who was the best player on the team in the first part of the season.
And that's tough to lose those guys.
9-13. Very nice soft pass and a nice delivery from Eric Seifert. SC trying to get to game point.
Well, really, the middles worked very well. I talked about it earlier. They weren't going there at all. They've gotten the passing. Stanford not serving quick enough. That's why they've been ahead. You know, on a serve like that, Bill, you throw it, you hit it, you go, your own team. You don't want to take off the head of the middle blocker. Oh, my.
The block on Giuliano again, and there's the 10. It's 13-10.
This block is straight down. You've never been out there. The ball comes back a lot faster than you hit it. You hit it hard, it comes back very fast.
And Kovac to settle things down. He's so calm.
Well, they haven't stopped him once in the middle.
No, they haven't.
They have not stopped him.
13-10. Stanford trying to get to that quick scoring 5th game.
Trying to get to 14 right now. That's the big point for them.
And they're going to get another opportunity to serve to get to within 2. They're down by 3. 10-13.
Every point Stanford scores gets a little bit harder to breathe when you're SC.
They can get another one right here. And they do with Devin Pullman. It is so hard to close out games. It really is.
You know, Chong makes some really big plays in big time. Great play up that time and a nice set to the outside.
Nieves' team hanging in. Gardner. Is it in? Yes, it is. Side out. And as they go to the Furbringer, SC goes to Gardner.
Well, on that, they should. Outside to Gardner, and goes high over the top. It's going to make him a much better player, too, just a freshman to get those pressure kills.
In the middle. That's got a lot of smoke on it from Hofer.
That's worked real well. Chong goes to that back one set to Hofer, puts it away. Good passing. You know, teams tighten up a little bit. You stop serving quite as tough. All of a sudden, you wonder why you can't score a point because the other team's passing right to the set.
Gardner down the line. It's right back. Oh, what a play by Chong.
Talking about Chong making big plays, he's made a bunch, almost brought the team back in the last game. Watch this dig. He's on the ground, flattened out, and the ball falls in the corner. Great play.
Stuart Chong with the defensive play of the match so far.
No doubt.
Easily, because it brings also Stanford to within one. Can they tie it here? Gardner. Yes, it's tied at 13. Stanford has come back from the brink.
Something Gardner will learn as he gets older as a player. You never tip after about 12 when you're the big hitter. You swing away, you make the other team earn that play.
Tied at 13. Can SC get it back? And Loswick says, I'll take things into my own hands. Thank you.
Smart play by Loswick. He's had a lot of success going to the middle. Sets right on, blocker doesn't go in, and he can see that blocker.
First time he's done it all night long, too, so very unexpected at that juncture.
He did it one other time, and it wasn't a good play. He actually hit it out of bounds. At that particular time right there, he could see the middle blocker right in front of him. Good play.
Kovac to serve at 13 all. Chong goes to Furbringer. And he gets the side out. Furbringer really walks with a lot of confidence and plays with it too, doesn't he?
You're watching the serve receive on this right here for SC. We'll be able to tell if they're getting tight or not.
The serve from Pullman.
Good pass.
Great pass from Giuliano to Gardner. Ball in the camera just a little bit in the way there. Would have been a very difficult play from Pullman, however.
You know, great dig again. Stanford starting to bring balls up that are hit hard. Just can't get to it. A little bit out of his reach.
13 all. Furbringer. It's in, right in the corner.
Well, he talked about his shoulder surgery and the things they've done that time. At 13 all, he brought it all home.
He has got 31 kills.
He averages 8 a game, a little over 8 a game, so he's on his numbers.
Right on his numbers. Oh, SC. Huge mistake. Nobody there, and it's game point for Stanford. And that man has seen his team's lead slip right away.
And that's just the kind of play that we talked about. Cannot put it away. Broken play cannot happen at 13-0.
In the middle, Gardner, and that's out.
Let's see how SC responds. That's a terrible play at 13. The setter, miscommunication to give up a free point.
At one point it was 13-9. I believe it was 13-8 at one point.
I believe you're right.
That's a good up.
It's over halfway. It's over.
Rock brings it back. No.
What happens, Bill, is a rule call. You have to play the ball on your side of the line, the center line. It extends outside the court. Then you can cross over the line. If the ball is over the line, you cannot play it. That was a good call.
On the extended line. Game point. Furbringer. Oh, Giuliano, who hasn't had much success in the clutch, brings one for SC and a side out.
Well, in this game, he's struggled. I think you have to go to him, though. He's one of your other big hitters. When he's there, he has to perform if you're going to win.
Down by a point, Seifert to serve. He's had some problems with his toss the last couple of times, Kirk.
And he was serving tough early in this game. They got a lead with him. Serving tough. SC's serving has gone in the tank since about the middle of this game.
Chong just puts it in play. Kovac in the middle. nearly unstoppable.
Well, he really is. With a good pass to the center right now, I would make Stanford stop him if they can't go to him every time. It's hard, though, when you want to go to Gardner and you want to go to your big hitters. But, heck, he's shown he can put it away with a good pass. Go to him.
The intensity of a coach. See if it translates to his players. Yes, it does! Giuliano, see ya. We're tied at 14.
This is a nice block. Straight down. The reaction, yes, Giuliano liked it.
Tied at 14, out. And we continue. Remember now, there's a cap at 17 in this game. So if we get to 16 all, the next point wins it.
You don't have to win by 2.
No, you don't. At this point, you would. Gardner. The turn, and it's still in. Giuliano's rejuvenated.
Boy, 2 great digs by Stanford. Chong again with a great dig. Another dig, and SC finally puts it away. But SC's having trouble putting the ball away right now.
Stanford playing some excellent defense, led by that guy right there, Stuart Chong. The pass this time by Furbringer. Side out Stanford.
Boy, SC thought they got it. Both blockers right up on top. Ball just squeezed down in front of the block.
The all-important pass coming up, and Gardner delivers.
No!
Tried the acute angle that time, trying to put it right at Pullman.
Bill, you can see what Stanford's doing here. They're serving Gardner short to make him move, pass, and then back up and hit. And it's worked very well in this rotation right here.
That time Crockett's, and number 13, Michael Hoffer had a swing to put it away for a game 5, and he misconnected.
Misconnected. Loswick made a nice play doing a little 360 to get up and block it. Great play by Loswick. A little bit of a choke on the hitter.
Trying to get back to a tie. Unable that time.
Furbringer is really bringing it home over the top right now. In the end of this game, he is hitting the ball high and hard.
For the fourth game point in game 4. That's it. Stanford has come all the way back to force a game number 5. I knew we didn't expect them when it was like 13-8, Kirk.
Well, a great comeback by Stanford. They did what they had to do. They sided out. They played well. Now we go to point per play.
Oh, and it gets exciting when we come back for the 5th game. Stanford forces it with a 16-14.